They've got not a lick of fat on them. Tattoos, built like the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Okay, is he a white guy, black guy, Hispanic?
He's a Hispanic guy with black hair and a black beard, and he was pushing him.
Listen, buddy, if you keep harassing and assaulting the staff here, we're going to go outside and we're going to have some problems.
This is the story that just keeps on giving.
Took some, gave more.
Man, it's getting funnier and funnier and more valuable on the meme economy market. The Paul Bissonnette story is nasty. Well, now it looks like the Scottsdale Police Department just dropped the smoking gun footage from the November 25th brawl involving former Arizona Coyotes player and hockey analyst Paul Bissonnette. Strap your butts in because this is a doozy. I'm going to go over the timeline of events from when the chaos started at Houston's restaurant and then ended at the CVS, where a mob of individuals attacked Biz Nasty, all the way to the release of this footage and some funny stuff in between, like this exchange between Brad Marchand and Bissonnette himself.
Did one of those off-season surgeries include a Turkish hair transplant?
Ah, no, but I just try to look like those guys that beat the wheels off you the other night.
Let's talk about it.
He punched you right in the head. He punched me right in the head.
Before we get into it, why don't you hit that subscribe button? I do hockey content, all sorts of stuff. So if you like what you've seen so far, there's more of that. If you're already subscribed, don't worry about it. Just hit that like button for me. So here's how it all went down. Bissonnette was minding his own business like a good Canadian would when he noticed a bunch of rowdy guys getting a little bit too worked up about not being served some booze. Classic move, right? You see it all the time. Well, it started getting out of hand. One of these guys started getting a little bit too physical with one of the employees, and Paul, being the upstanding citizen, and let's face it, probably missing his glory days a little bit. Sorry, Paul, if you're watching, you're probably watching this, right? Well, he thought it would be smart for him to step in since nobody else was. He said something to the effect of,
listen, buddy, if you keep harassing and assaulting the staff here, I said, we're going to go outside and we're going to have some problems.
Naturally, things escalate from there. The guy just starts swinging. And then what happens? Surprise, surprise, 4 other guys jump in. Just like a bad 90s movie like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sorry, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a classic. It needs to be submitted to the Library of Congress. I was just, I couldn't pull a really good movie there for a second. At this point, Paul decides that it's probably good to get the heck out of there. Starts backing up, but they follow him outside the restaurant. All the tapes that were released today corroborate what he was saying. He got it pretty dang close. I don't know if you've ever been involved in an altercation like this, but time moves really fast. The next thing you know, you're shoeless, shirtless in a parking lot. You don't really know what's going on. You're just trying not to get kicked in the head too much. And that does happen to Bissonnette. He is extremely lucky to get away with this in the shape that he's in today. Could have went completely the wrong way for him. So he gets up after being booted on the ground, makes a run for it, and somehow manages to make it into a local CVS. The gang doesn't follow him in. Maybe they lost track of him. Either way, thankfully, the cops show up at this point. They tie up with Bissonnette. They get him some help. And at this point, I think he heads to the hospital. So the footage, like I said, corroborates most of what Bissonnette said on his podcast with Ryan Whitney. Shows the fight breaking out in Houston's, spilling out into the parking lot, and then continuing on to the CVS. Scottsdale, Arizona sounds like an interesting spot. You gotta hand it to Bissonnette. He stepped up for somebody that maybe couldn't have defended themselves as well as he can. That's a hero right there. See a need, fill a need.
See a need, fill a need.
Wait, no, isn't that like the law of business? Either way, he did good and you have to give him credit. Not only that, but after he got the wheels beat off him, just a few days after the whole mess, he returns to TNT calling NHL games like nothing even happened. He was back on Chicklets. You know, what a guy. As for the suspects, Bissonnette has expressed how much he wants to get their names out there, ruin their reputations, or the reputations that they don't have, I guess. They were identified as Danny Bradley, John G. Carroll, William J. Carroll, Sean Daly, Edward Jennings, and Henry Mesker.
They've got not a lick of fat on him.
He had not a lick of fat on him.
A real dream team of block-headed yo-yos. What's worse is that these jerks before this incident were at the Raven Golf Club and attacked somebody there.
This video, you see a man in a green shirt push someone against a wall inside Raven Country Club.
A victim claimed that Danny Bradley was involved, but police are still looking into that, so it's all alleged. But it does sound like these guys were just out for some trouble. And there you have it. You're all caught up and up to date on the goings on with this whole Bissonnette debacle. Just another wild night in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hope these guys get their comeuppance. I think it's funny that Bissonnette was able to hold his own and even collapse a guy right in the middle of that restaurant. It's got the whole mob chasing him out of town here. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I like doing fun stuff like this that is kind of like hockey adjacent. But if you don't like it, that's okay. I'm going to return to the normal hockey content that I do. Just thought this was fun and funny. Thought we could have some fun with it. Like the video. It helps me out with search results or something. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And as always, I'll see you down below in the comments.